Alright, boys and girls, welcome to the DFS experience for Wednesday, November 8th. This is a 52 game slate. It's going to be a long ass video. I don't want it to be a long ass video, but we ain't got no choice. Like, everybody's playing, what you going to do? And the fact that everybody's playing on Wednesday and everyone had an off day on Tuesday is why there was so many blowouts on Monday. Listen, at the end of the day, we bet on this shit and we analyze these players because that's what we do. And we pop shit, especially when they fuck up our tickets or they underperform. But the NBA is really full of a lot of punk ass bitches because you know what? They knew they had a day off and they laid the fuck down. Why were there so many blowouts on Monday? We already called Washington's blowout. We already knew Philadelphia was going to blow them out. I said, if you listen to the video, I said they're going to blow them out by the third quarter. That's easy to see. Nothing that was no spectacular insight on my part. We all know it. But it was like fucking 5 blowouts. They all laid down. They didn't care because they knew they had a day off. Fuck these bitches. Yeah. That's all I got to say about that. This video is brought to you by our friends over at Thrive Fantasy Player Prop website where you can play against the house or play against other players in contest format. You got Mr. Tatum over under 29.5 total points. If you choose over, you get 95 points. If you choose under, you get 105 points. You got Mr. Embiid over under 10.5 total rebounds. If you choose over, you get 110. If you choose under, you get 90 points. You do get a deposit match up to 250. If you use my promo code DFSChapo, or you can use the link that's in my description. Let's go to DraftKings. I just finished my workout, so if I'm breathing a little funny, don't mind me. But I wanted to get this video out the way. You feel me? And I'm starving. Had me a little protein shake, but I ain't gonna do nothing. So I'm gonna speed through this. I'm gonna speed through this video. Then go boil me some eggs. You feel me? I know y'all be eating y'all hard boiled eggs. Don't front like y'all don't. But anyway, we're gonna start with DraftKings. We're gonna start with point guard Luka Magic 12K. Fire his ass up. Listen. Dallas Mavericks are a bunch of scrubs. Talent wise, fantasy wise. You got Luka, you got Kyrie, and then maybe Lively if he stays in the game. You can play Luka at 12K. Fire his ass up. SGA, his price is a bit disrespectful for his upside, but I don't like Cleveland's pace. He's fine. You can play him. 10.4, fire up SGA. Curry's in play. Halliburton is too cheap, disrespectful. I don't want to tell you that Halliburton is the best point guard in the game, but Halliburton might be the best point guard in the game. Pure point guard. Not Luka, scoring machine. Not Curry, shooting machine. Halliburton, pure point guard. Pure point guard. Halliburton has arrived. Don't at me. Dame Dollar. Nope, not Dame Dollar. Damian Mitchell, 9.6. He's fine. Dame Dollar, 9.1. He's overpriced. Man, what a bum he is this season. Listen, they'll figure it out by playoffs. He's not a real bum. I'm just talking shit. Kyrie, 9K. You could take a shot, but it's very, very, very risky. If Luka goes off for 70 fantasy points and Kyrie goes over for 30 and you pay 9K for him, guess what? You lose. Scotty Barnes, disrespectful price. I've played Scotty Barnes every slate. I've played Scotty Barnes, Wembanyama, Arcer Thompson, almost every slate I can because they're underpriced and DraftKings is asleep at the wheel. But what you going to do? Fire up Scotty Barnes, don't ask me no questions. LaMelo's finding himself, playing a little bit better. He's finding a shot. The thing with LaMelo, listen, fantasy monster. If he's going to hit his shots, you're going to need to play him. Look at this shit. 4 for 17, 3 for 7, 3 for 12, 7 for 15, 4 for 15. But everything else is there. 9 rebounds, 11 assists, 9 assists, 8 assists. This game, he put it all together. 30 points, 10 rebounds, 13 assists, a block, and a steal. He's worth the price, 8.9K, the greatest matchup in the world. Can Charlotte blow them out? Absolutely. Can Washington keep it close? Absolutely. This is going to be an amazing fantasy game with a little bit of a risk. Fire up LaMelo Ball. Harden, no thank you. Don't ask me no fucking questions. Tyler Hero against Memphis. Miami should smack them. Brunson, I don't know what the fuck's going on with the Knicks. Brunson had one good game going up against the Spurs. Their defense is lackadaisical. Minus Wembayana, 8.3K. Fire. Nah. 8.3K. I'm a pass on him, but he's an okay play. Brogdon's in play. Maxi's in play. The thing with Maxi's a good play, but if Embiid decides to go for 2,000 fantasy points, what the fuck are you going to do? Maxi's still in play. Giddy, no thank you. Van Vliet, 7 point. Another blowout. Another blowout on fucking Monday. The Houston Rockets. I had like 3 fucking Rockets in one lineup, and that shit went right down the fucking toilet. Oh, you know what? By the way, I think the Express slate or the After Hours, one of those slates, I had another takedown. You know, a little takedown, a little something. That's two takedowns in 3 weeks. Holla at me. Listen, Van Fleet's in play. Poole's in play. Westbrook, shit. I don't like it, but he's in play. Because of the fact that he could do a little bit of everything. Garland's in play. He will find himself. He will have a breakout game sooner rather than later. Bradley Beal. When these guys come off an injury, I'd be scared to play them. Sometimes they have good games. On a fucking 55-game slate, I don't need to force in Bradley Beal. No thank you. Cam Thomas, too cheap. Disrespectful with this price. I've been playing Cam Thomas almost every slate. He's let me down on one slate. He's a scoring machine. He does a little bit of everything. Fire up Cam Thomas. Holiday's an okay play. Simmons is fine. He doesn't shoot enough for me, but he's an okay play. Chris Paul, I can't play. Schroeder's in play. Russell's in play. Dinwiddie, I can't play. For obvious reasons. Cam Thomas is going to take every shot available. Ben Simmons is still a passing maestro. Mikal Bridges is going to take the shots that Cam Thomas don't play. That Cam Thomas doesn't take. Finney Smith and Royce O'Neal are just going to do whatever. So what the fuck is left for Dinwiddie to do? All right. Clarkson, listen. Clarkson's numbers don't add up. No thank you. Sohan, I don't really need him. He's there. Don't need him. Derek White. I'm indifferent with Derek White, but I like Jaylen Brown a little bit better. Tatum a little bit better with Derek White off the court. Derek White does a lot of he takes some fantasy points from them. Imagine you got Tatum and Brown on your team, and you still have White getting over 30 fantasy points a game. Imagine if he's off the court, some of that could go to them too. You feel me? Scoot Henderson, no thank you. Eric Gordon, if both star guards are out, Eric Gordon's fine. If one of them is in, Eric Gordon's the average play. Reggie Jackson, no thank you. They got some young boys, some young Denver guards that they're high on that's taking minutes from Jackson. No thank you. I like Tyus Jones in this matchup against Charlotte. Quickly, if you're desperate, Bruce Brown is okay, but Halliburton's doing a lot, taking fantasy points from everybody. Remember that. Trey Jones is the okay play. No thank you for Kyle Lowry. Kobe White if you're desperate. Melton if you're desperate. And the rest of these guys do not look good. Killian Hayes, you could take a shot on at 4,900. He's been playing very, very well going under the radar. And if, what's his name? Alec Burks and Ivy are out, you could go back to Sasser. Sasser was very popular because a lot of players box score watch. You see what I'm saying? Use that to your advantage. And when I say use that to your advantage, what I'm saying is if you know a player had a very good game and you know players are going to play him because they looked at the box score, you can use that information to fade him if you need to because you know he'll be overplayed or too popular or overowned, I should say. I happen to have the ownership. I have the, I can see everything. So I don't need to do all that. I can see the ownership, projected ownership for players. So I don't really need to do all that. And yes, before anybody asks me how do you see ownership, there's two ways you can see ownership. No, there's one way you can see ownership. You got to pay a site that's going to give you projections and ownership. So there's no free way to see ownership. And if you're looking, and if another thing, if you're on a site, um, if you're on a free site getting projections and building lineups, you're never going to cash. You're never going to win. The paid ones, where you're building lineups, you're most likely not going to cash neither on this season. The reason why is because these websites haven't caught up to what's actually really going on this season. Because I could build my lineup, right? And I could run a crunch on multiple websites. And when I'm scoring 300s, when I'm in the 300s, some of these lineups that I crunched are low 200s. So they haven't caught up yet. So if you're doing crunches and you're not winning, that's why. Where am I? THT, indifferent. THJ, he's okay. He's been playing well. Dylan Brooks, too cheap. I might actually lock his ass in. Dylan Brooks against LeBron, I might lock his ass in. Grayson Allen, same rules as Gordon. If one of the two stars are in, I don't really need them. KCP, don't really need them. These guys averaging 20 points a game, I don't really need them. There's always value. On a 65-game slate, you're going to find value. I don't need these guys. Jordan Hawkins, you could take a shot on. 4,700. If he starts again, you fire his ass up. Let's go to small forward. Tatum, 10.3. Should be a good game. Tight, close game. Fire his ass up. Braun. Lakers need wins. 9,500. LeBron's underpriced. Dylan Brooks should get under his skin and fire his ass up. Literally. Paul George, no thank you. Scotty Barnes, too cheap, disrespectful. I think we spoke about it, but he deserves another shout. Anthony Edwards, my man, my main man, 8.8K. Baby Jordan, listen. Underpriced for his upside, for his ceiling. Fire his ass up. Markin is okay. Kawhi Leonard's okay. Ingram, I like 8.3. Too cheap for his role. Should be a tight game, close game with no McCollum. Fire his ass up. Jimmy Butler, I'm not interested in at his prices. Jaylen Brown, I appreciate more if there's no Derek White. Mikal Bridges is in play. Shaden Sharp is in play. Levine, DeRozan, Keldon Johnson, all in play. Klay Thompson is way too fucking expensive. Arthur Thompson's in play. Gordon Hayward's in play. Michael Porter's fine. RJ Barrett's been playing better. He's okay. Karis LeVert, don't really need him. Kelly Oubre, shit. He's in play. He's an okay play. Buddy Hield, off the bench. Scary, 6.2K. Very scary. Strus, don't need him if everyone's healthy. Abdia is an okay play. Brandon Miller, I played him 2-3 times. He's failed me every time. I'll sit his ass down. I don't really need him. Not the worst player in the world. I don't really need him. Herbert Jones, you could take a shot. Middleton, no thank you. Reeves, fine. Barnes, no thank you. Dort, fine. Wiggins, no. What the fuck is wrong with? What the fuck crawled up his ass? No Wiggins for me. Royce O'Neal's in play. Josh Hart, you could take a shot on. Zaire Williams, if you need value. Kamara's in play. Bobby Williams is probably out for the season. You could take a shot on Kamara. And if the stars are out for Phoenix, the guards, and they start Bates Diop again for value, you can use them as of now, but I'm sure better value will pop up by lock. All right. Where are we? KD in play. Giannis, price to. I know Giannis had a good game. He definitely needed it. What was it? 62 fantasy points. First time he hit 60 all week. It took him 3 weeks to hit 62 fantasy points. When Scotty Barnes has been living into the 60-point fantasy range. But you know what? Maybe he's just making Dame get comfortable. He is Giannis. I know I spoke shit about him the last video. Listen, He's still in his prime. He should still be able to give you 70 points on your head, fantasy points on your head if he needs to, but he's not playing like it right now. If he's going to give you 62 fantasy points, you could pay 10.5K. But which Giannis is you going to get? The one that's going to give you 24 fantasy points, 41 fantasy points, or 62 fantasy points? Because if he gives you 24 fantasy points at 10K, 10.5K, your lineup is cooked. If he gives you 41 fantasy points at 10.5K, your lineup is toast. You're going to need the 60 from him. You feel me? Let's continue. Zaire, who the fuck is Zaire? Zion Williamson is in play. Wemby, I've been playing Wemby every chance I get. Jackson's in play. Siakam, DraftKings. Do you motherfuckers not have eyes? You need to drop his price to 6K. He's a 6K player now. Let's keep going. Randall, I don't think he could pay off the 81, but he's in play. Cat is in play. Porzingis, Mobley, Holmgren, all in play. I like Holmgren especially. Kuzma in this lineup. I think I might do one lineup and just stack Washington and Charlotte. Maybe I shouldn't have said that because everybody else is going to try that shit, but I think I might do that. It just screams fantasy points to me. DeRozan, Jalen Williams, Jeremy Grant, all in play. Aaron Gordon, Tobias Harris, in play. Keegan Murray, boy. Keegan Murray's in play, but he's been pissing me off. PJ Washington in play. Draymond Green's okay. Jabari Smith Jr. is absolutely in play. John Collins is in play. Isaiah Stewart's in play. Finney Smith's in play, especially if he starts. Al Horford, if he starts, is in play, but I think he's a little too expensive. Bobby Portis is in play. Grant Williams, Kuminga are in play. Naz Reid, Dario Saric is in play. I'll be topping his trash with fantasy. And that's it. Let's go to center. Let's go to center. Jokic might be a must play with Jamal Murray out. Doubt he's gonna miss a game. Jokic is a machine out on the floor. Gives no fucks about nothing but just playing basketball. That's when he's on the court. Jokic is basically another LeBron type dude where he always makes the best play, and he's very good. Fire his ass up. Embiid against Boston. Who the fuck's supposed to stop Embiid? Porzingis? No, thank you. Fire up Embiid. Sabonis is fine. AD, if he's healthy, 9.9. Fire his ass up. Bam, destroyed the Lakers. Fire his ass up. 8.2K. Sengun's in play. Vooch, Ayton, Turner, Nurkic. I'm going to pass on Durant until he's fully healthy. Zach Collins is absolutely in play. Gobert's in play. No Valanciunas for me. Jared Allen, if he could stay on the court. Mark Williams is in play. Pirtle's in play. I don't know what's going on with Tillman. Brook Lopez. I think he had like one good game all year. Lively. His minutes are too sporadic for me. Eubanks if you're desperate. Bismack Biyombo if he starts again. Nick Richards if you're desperate. Olynyk is fine. Bagley if he starts is very risky, but he's fine. There's one more center I'm looking for. Where the fuck is he? Where the fuck is he? Oh well, whatever. Alright, so we're about to go to FanDuel. Listen. If you're new here, welcome. Appreciate you taking the time to watch my video. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. Hit the bell, thumbs up. If you need help building lineups, if you've been playing the NBA all season, if you haven't won anything yet, if you're tired of losing money, if you want my finalized optimal lineups, check out the Patreon link in the description. Go to the NBA tier. And like I said before, if you're running crunches and you're building lineups on a website and you're consistently losing and you can't even get over 300 points in either DraftKings or FanDuel, you're never going to win anything if you keep doing it. I hand build my lineups. And even if I don't cash, I'm right near the cashing line. I hand build my lineups because these websites, a computer could generate a website, but there's a human element that's missing that you need. You know what I'm saying? Some players are trending up. Some players are trending down. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that, no machine can account for. I know you guys, you watch these videos from the big companies, and all they do is run crunches. These guys play 150 lineups. You know what I'm saying? And you think you got to run crunches too? No. If you're building 3, 4, 5, 6 lineups, you can hand build your lineups. You don't have to run crunches because they do it. They're fucking generating 150 lineups, and some of them are cashing. That doesn't help you. Don't always follow what you see them or hear them do. They don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck. I promise you. You know what I'm saying? There's some shows, there's some companies, there's some of these YouTube shows that these guys run crunches, and whoever projects well, they say they're high on them. You know what I'm saying? There's no human element to that. Sometimes these crunches are inaccurate. You know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to help you guys. So you could take my information and understand what I'm trying to say or not listen to me, but, you know, it is what it is. Listen, we're about to go to FanDuel. You guys know my player pool. I'm going to try to breeze through this shit real quick, see if anything stands out. We're going to start with point guard. Luka, SGA, Mitchell, Halliburton, Kyrie. Kyrie's a little cheap. LaMelo looks good. Lillard's fine. Maxey, he's fine. Kyrie, Brunson, fine. Harden, I can't do right now. Van Vliet, Westbrook, Brogdon's fine if he starts. McCollum. Cunningham might be a touch underpriced, but remember, Arthur Thompson's taking some of his fantasy points. And so is Saucer, what the fuck his name is. Saucy, whatever the fuck his name is. Giddey, I don't really need. Garland is fine. Drew Holiday's okay. Ben Simmons is fine. I just need him to shoot more. Schroeder looks good. Russell, Dinwiddie, I don't need. Poole on this specific slate is fine. Chris Paul, I don't need. Jalen Green looks fine. Marcus Smart, Clarkson. I'm indifferent with Clarkson and Sohan. Tyus Jones is fine with this slate. Malik Monk at 5.8. Trey Jones, he's okay. Killian Hayes is fine. Been playing better. Melton, I don't need. Sasser. Remember what I told you about Sasser? His price is fine. Davion Mitchell, I don't need. Conley, Lowry, don't need these guys. Reggie Jackson, if he starts, I don't need him. These guys I don't need. Shooting guard. You gotta remember, FanDuel's these guys are priced a little bit different. You gotta be real strict with your spots. You just can't give your spots to anybody. You understand what I'm saying? Bane 9K, absolutely in play. Edwards is fine. Paul George, you could take a shot, but all those guys aren't gonna go off. Hero's fine. Jaylen Brown looks good. Looks better without White at this price. Levine, same for him. Cam Thomas looks good. Mikal Bridges looks good. Shaden Sharp looks good. Arthur Thompson, his price is coming up, but well deserved. Hayward and Williams, they're both fine. OG, 6.4, he's fine for his upside. THT, I probably don't need. Kelly Oubre is fine. Middleton, I don't need. Reeves is fine. Dylan Brooks, I like. Herbert Jones is fine. Remember what I told you about Gordon? Dort, fine. Klay Thompson's price is better at 5.3, but he's still trash. Fantasy-wise, don't at me. Kevin Huerter, you could take a shot. Sacramento needs to win. No Mathurin for me. No Lonnie Walker for me. No Christian Braun for me. I don't need the rest of these guys. Let's go to small forward. Let me just get a little sip of water real quick. Hold on. Hang tight. Uno momento. All right. KD 10.3 looks better if his other two co-stars don't play. Tatum, a little bit too cheap. LeBron, too cheap. Scotty Barnes is priced appropriately. I ain't gonna lie to you. If Scotty Barnes is 11K, I'll probably still play his ass. Ingram in play looks fine. Kuzma 7.6, he looks good. The Rosen is fine. Keldon Johnson, Tobias Harris, Jalen Williams. I said that already. Jeremy Grant, Michael Porter. All these guys are fine. Small forward has always been trash. Let's go to power forward. I got time to waste. Royce O'Neal is fine. AD, his groin, I don't know. I don't know about that, AD. My man, AD. AD is going to go down in history as the next Vince Carter. Who is Vince Carter? Vince Carter had all the athletic ability in the world, but he didn't have that motor to be God. He didn't have that motor to be in God mode. If Vince Carter wanted to, he could have been the greatest player of all time, but he didn't want to. If AD wanted to, he could be the greatest player of all time, but he doesn't want to. That's what AD is. Or that's who he is. Giannis at 10K, priced appropriately. Sabonis is fine. Wemby 8.9. I told you his price was going up. I know my shit. Jaren Jackson is fine. Cat, Porzingis. Zion's been disappointing. Randall. Randall should be like 6.8K. He if his fantasy points look good to you, it's only because of volume. Siakam, he needs to be 5.3. This guy's trash. His role is trash. Let me clean that up because somebody's gonna get in my chat. Hey, Chubba, you sit? No, shut up. Listen, Zach Williams. Who the fuck is Zach Williams? Zach Collins is fine. Grant, Draymond, fine. Gordon is fine. Jabari Smith, I like. John Collins is fine. PJ Washington is fine. Carl Anderson if you're desperate. Grant Williams if you're desperate. Christian Wood if you're desperate. Naz Reid is fine. Stewart if you're desperate. Portis if you're desperate. Finney Smith if he starts. Bagley if he starts. Still scary. Barnes is a bum. Wiggins is a bum. Saric if you're desperate at 4.4K. Obi Toppin is trash for fantasy. Let's go to center. Let's wrap this shit up and let's get the fuck out of here. I need 50 likes on this video. Stop playing with me. Jokic and Embiid obviously in play. Sengun, too cheap for his upside. He's probably gonna torch the fucking Lakers. And Holmgren is in play. Bam is in play. DeAndre Ayton is in play. Gobert is in play. Miles Turner is in play. Vucevic is in play. Nurkic is fine. I like him better without Beal and Booker. Valanciunas, no thank you. Mark Williams is fine. Pirtle is fine. Lively, no thank you. Brook Lopez, no thank you. Brook Lopez is gonna have good games, but I can't call it. And 5.9 is a lot to pay for someone that I'm not confident in. You feel me? I play players that I'm confident in. Bismack Biyombo, if he starts, what do he play? What do you get, like 24 minutes? If he starts again and Tillman is out, let me see. They gave my man 26 minutes, 34 fantasy points. Bismack Biyombo, listen. I fuck with Bismack Biyombo. Looney, I don't like his minutes. Al Horford, if he starts, is okay. Nothing spectacular. Nothing to do backflips about. And I think that's it. Jalen Smith, if you want to be cute. That's it. We're about to get out of here. Listen. I'm done. I'm going to go boil me some eggs. Get some protein flowing in my system. I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch my video. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. That matters. Hit the bell so you know when my video drops. Thumbs up the video so you could tell YouTube that I'm fire. Check out the Patreon link in the description if you're tired losing and you want to win some money. Remember, 2 takedowns in 3 weeks. Holla at me. What else? There's something else I needed to tell you. I guess we save it for the next video. Yeah, I'm going to get out of here. Oh, and I need 50 likes on this video. Dead ass. I need 50 likes. Holla at me. Listen, appreciate each and every one of you guys. Hit me up in the chat. Hit me up in the chat if you need anything. And I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Good luck. And I'll talk to you later. Ciao.